That's the thing that stands out for me. It was never about how much money I was paying him. It was about buying into what the company was trying to do and wanting to play a role in making us better at doing that. So I belong to a group called the Civitas Network. And Civitas, as you may or may not know, is a network of entrepreneurs who are literally connected and networking with each other and sharing challenges that you have. And being able to say to somebody, you know, did you experience the same thing? How did you solve it? Do you know who I could go to, etc., etc. And I just put a post up onto that WhatsApp group and I said, guys, I think I'm having a culture problem in my organization. And there were two things that was happening. One was people were not following process. So the processes are documented, they're inducted, people know what the process is. And every time we have a glitch in the system, we get back together and we take people through the process again. And yet, despite that, people were still flouting the process. So if the process went 1 to 5, people were still thinking, okay, I don't have to do step 3. I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, and then all is good with the world. And then you just need one person to exploit that little phase that you left out of the system, and you totally expose us as an organization. And the other interesting thing was that the team almost had this perception that they didn't have to follow an instruction. One of the things I realized was that the culture was creating itself. We were not creating a culture intentionally, and that's problematic. And it's interesting because I've always had the view that intent is critical in life. In anything that you do, you must set an intention. So whether it's a wife or a mother or a sister or a daughter or a friend, you can decide the kind of person you're going to be. You can set an intention. As a parent, what kind of parent do you want to be? As a partner to somebody, what kind of person do you want to be? And I kept thinking to myself, but why am I not applying that in this business environment that we've invested so much in, that we've poured so much of our life's work, energy, and effort into, and here's this thing morphing on its own? Why are we not creating it intentionally? And Paul Smith from Civitas referred me to Steph. So I did all of the legwork. As I said, the management team were not keen. I'd never experienced the process myself. I am a process facilitator, so I understand how to do that kind of work. And I'd never experienced it myself, so I myself was nervous of it. But I had a sense that it could work for us. My nervousness really came when Steph said he was going to do it all online. And I thought, oh God, how are we going to do that? Because again, I am a process facilitator and I understand how valuable things like facial expression and body language is when you're facilitating this kind of an open process. You don't know where it's going. You don't know what anybody is going to say. You don't know how people are going to respond to what it is that people say. So you go, how do you manage it online? So Steph and I chatted back and forth quite a bit. I was delighted to find that I paid that and I got that, which was incredible, absolutely incredible. And you don't get a lot of that. You don't get a lot of service providers who look at what you're trying to do and then go, I buy that, I buy into that, and I want to help you to do that. We ran the session on a Saturday morning. I was incredibly skeptical of how we were going to do all that we wanted to do in 4 hours. It just didn't seem possible to me. Actually, 5 hours. We were running from 8 to 1 o'clock, and I couldn't see how we would do that. But wow, the guy is something else. He manages time and process like a pro. Wow, I was astounded that at 1 o'clock, in fact, we ran 4 minutes over. As he said, He said, we're going to run 4 minutes over. We'll be done at 13:04. And we were done at 13:04. And what was extraordinary was what we achieved by then. The management team were blown away. SAQA Moodley, who's our operations manager, was the first one to say to Steph, I want you to know I resisted this. I want you to know when I paid that invoice, I felt it in my gut, but I also want you to know that I've changed my mind. That what you did in this process was remarkable. What I've seen already in terms of my team and how they've started to change their behavior is remarkable. And I want to tell you, we want to work with you on a quarterly basis going forward. As small organizations, or SMEs, if you want to call us that, I really do think we are the future of this country. And if more people could go through the kind of process that we went through and saw the kind of commitment that it buys from our staff, then I think small, medium, and micro enterprises in this country can really take over and do amazing things. But a lot of us think that it's beyond our reach from a cost point of view, so we don't explore it any further. And so when I went through the process, I was just so absolutely blown away by it that I said to Steph, I'd like to do that kind of work with you, but I'd like to do it with organizations the size that we are, because it can add so much value.